What's good? It's me. Uh, what a night. I had to go to some guy's house and perform some regulation checks, and I had to spend all night filling out paperwork to report his many heinous crimes against workplace safety. And it just drained me. My apologies for the late arrival, but I'm here, and the factory must go on. Hello, Daisy and Fern and Haley and Vio. Counts for the stream, Foomp and Ditch. Hello, it's good. Ugh. No, not sick again. This is just what happens to my voice when I wake up. It'll reset in due time. Did you like the guy at least? He was very shady. He's very shifty. Very, uncooperative to questions. While some he would take me around, but he was hesitant on most. While also not providing me clear and concise answers on major safety threats. So I find it hard to like somebody that would neglect the safety of their employees. Sneeze counting for blue, that's true. Kind of sound like a car and narrator. Oh, car ad narrator. Yeah, that happens. I got the DLC. I talked about. Let's go. Which deal? What is the DLC for? Or you sound too professional. Relax. I'm tired. I'm at my default factory settings right now. It'll change once I get to talk about the factory. Also, I do think I'm a little nasally right now. Say la vie, it'll happen. Alright. Alright. The factory. Last time I went for... Oh, it was Power Wash Simulator. That's funny. You're gonna clean some rhinos and some I don't know any other Imperium machineries or vehicles. I don't know any other. If I do, it's tough. I know maybe Land Raider, that's another one. Rhinos and Land Raiders. Yeah. Anyway. We started actually getting some aluminum production underway, right? So there's a water pulling up. I think it's 480 water per minute. It's not using any. Oh, a lot of it's full. So I'm going to turn this off for a moment. I think a lot of it's full because a lot of these are not producing solids because there's too much water in them. Oh. No, they're not producing water, liquids or consuming liquids. Those aren't consuming water because this is full. There we go. So we gotta finish this. And then we'll have a whole bunch of ingots. Mergers. Oh, that's right. I need iron rods. That's why we quit last time. What was the blood yapping about? Well, if you paid attention, you'd know. Screw this you. If you hear me stop talking for periods of time, it's because I'm eating. I typically prepare better before a stream. But shit happens. Do you ever think about how your teeth are just bones protruding in your mouth? Like little stones. They're just your skeleton protruding through your skin to smash the shit out of whatever you're eating. My Wi-Fi dish again. No. I'm the ill omen of Wi-Fi. You know that one Roman Empire trend that happened a couple years ago? Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I think about the Roman Empire once a week or whatever." I never got that. Y'all think about something like that? Do you actually have something you think about like once a week that's like obscure and not like active in your life? Because like I think about D&D maybe once an hour, but like I have to in order to write. Yeah, and it's active in my life. I don't ever think about the Roman Empire. Maybe occasionally I will when it comes to like aqueducts. But I think I'm more so just thinking about aqueducts rather than the Roman Empire. I would never think about that. Why would I think about that? Just like how you chew. When you chew, you're mashing stones together. Got it. Mine got retainers after removal of braces. Oh. I also had retainers after removal of braces, and then I never wore them. And now my teeth have shifted. Think about the dumbest shit every day. But you got to think about the same thing every day. I think that's the thought query. Hello, Annika. Hold on. There's another trolley problem-esque thing going around on TikTok. It's the blue button and the red button. And that one's been interesting. Where it talks about there's two buttons in front of you. Everyone must press a button. The red button. Anyone who presses the red button will not die. And anyone who presses the blue button, well, no, everyone will not die unless 50% or more people, no, 51% or more people press the blue button. Oh, that's completely wrong. Oh, goodbye. I don't want to edit the blue and red button. Sure. Go ahead and send it. I thought that was interesting because it kind of yaps about... Oh. Are you not on? You're not getting aluminum scrap. Why are you not? There we go. And so, like, it's pretty neat what comes from that. Because red buttons are individualists, I guess. They only think about what happens to themselves and also just like the pure logical answer or whatever. But then the blue buttons think about the mass picture of it. Because, you know, the blue button is the only case where nobody dies. Versus the red button. I think it's like, objectively, everyone should press the red button. But realistically, that's not going to happen. So press the blue button to save that, to save everyone there. I just realized it's pit 1. Huh? Pit 1? Let's look at this. I have no idea what that edit means for red pill, blue pill. Like in the Matrix? I think I've only seen that movie like once when I was 14 or something. Call of Duty characters shown in the edit. See, again, I think I only played Call of Duty when I was like 14. And I have not caught up to anything that they've got going on. Rat, bro, what do you mean? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? There. Because I can't run this through here. Because then it'll get in the way of the other one. But if I do run it through there, and I put this lift... Oh wait, that needs to be faster. And I put this lift on this one. And I put a lift on this one. They can collide without interference. We want your soul, Ayo. Not my soul. There we go. Did that plug in correctly? I don't think so. Or maybe it did and I'm just crazy. Power, I want power and artisan. Schedule 1 seems like a great game for you, Daisy. I mean, technically, this is power, you know? As we make the machine, and as we terraform the planet. What is power, really? Power over what? Is this too close? Maybe. I really don't think it's going to be an issue. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay. I too think I'd be a great businesswoman. I don't think it's about being a business person. I hate to break it to you. I think it's about power. Oh, this needs to speed way up. There we go. Go in the interior of my interior model. And I don't. Oh, scared shatless. Shatless? I never hope to be too confused with the future, but alas, that's not what's possible. Real. Oh, I keep forgetting to have mergers down here. Shit. I can never tell if it's facing me or not. There we go. Such is our complex machinery. Very cool. We're almost done with this. I bet this is using so much power. What does our power grid look like right now? Ooh. I forgot that we have the geysers that cause us to have a fluctuating power grid. Okay. What do you mean it's too steep? It's a straight line. There we are. And like that, aluminum production is a go. Oh boy. So we have dramatically changed our results. I chose to eat at the wrong time. So the alternate blueprints changed a lot for us. But now we have, that's 6, 18. 18 times 30 is 44? 44? No. $54. 540. We have a rate of 540 aluminum ingots per second. Not per second, per minute. And this is only about 2/5 of our bauxite income. So I don't think we need to worry on more bauxite income for the time being. Because I can very easily just set up another station right here. So now I think about what we work on to make it usable, right? So we have this, we have all this garbage now. What do we need? Do we need casings? Do we need the alclad sheets in order to progress? I think we need the casings in order to progress. But we're now at the point where I've never gotten this far. Because I never completed aluminum production in my last one. I started it, I never completed it. We need alclad sheets and casings. And then we kind of have everything. Okay. Remind me how I make these. I think, casings, yeah, casings are just here. So I can turn one of our production lines into casings. And then I can get 120 per minute. I think the alclad sheets... That was loud. Be prepared. Sorry. Oh, I know the backlash that I'm about to receive in about 20 seconds. Oh, I have an alternate alclad. If I want to put, holy shit, a lot of aluminum into it. I guess I'll get a bunch of aluminum casings. But I don't want that right now. You just make it, huh? Oh, I need copper ingots. Oh, I thought I needed copper sheets. Where did I get that? Huh. Okay. Just regular copper ingots. I think the alclad sheets. I was about to tell. Bless you. I guess it is pretty close to my sneeze. I think we'll devote the rest of our production to these alclad sheets. Because I know these are what we make our... conveyor belts. Fun fact, yesterday while waiting on an appointment, I started reading the Warhammer book I got while listening to the Frostpunk 2 soundtrack. Ah, 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 ah. So it begins. Which Warhammer book was it? Infinite and Divine? Oh, Haley seems to want to know the same answer. My wager's Infinite and Divine. Unless you start with Horus Heresy, which is crazy work. What are some other good ones? I can only think of ones that I would read. I don't know. What else? There's the Admech book. Hello, train. Hello, sailor. Reading Death Note. Manga is a nice way to spend time to finish 56 or more pages while waiting for stipendium card paperwork to be done a few months ago. Nice. That's a good one. That's a classic. Brutal Cunning. It's gonna get the other one, but I was just slightly out of my budget that day. Huh. I would have never thought they would picked up Brutal Cunning. Because the orcs have two gods. I'm sure you know this. Orc no, Gork and Mork. One is brutal and cunning, the other one's cunning and brutal. And they fight for an eternity. Gosh, I miss Warhammer. Choof, choof. Eh? Finished this anime years ago twice. Nice. Oh, because I'm pretty sure Ayu's here. Good morning or night or hello, Ayu. Class A lurker. I don't miss it. You don't miss Warhammer. Haley, you said you liked the Warhammer stuff. How could you betray me like that? Is this my copper? No. That's Caterium. That's copper. I don't know how much copper though. Oh, I should probably no. Quickly shot down my own ideas. I haven't looked at it in a while. I was busy with college. I'm a bit rusty. You can learn again. You can reclaim your title. Check on my laptop if there's any yaoi anime I didn't watch. I think Go For It Nakamura is currently out. Pretty sure that's a yaoi. Alright, let's lift this. I feel like one's further back now. I'm just crazy. And then let's go over here. Which Go For It Nakamura? think it's currently streaming in a Crunchyroll. I should probably explain what I'm doing. So right now, we're taking our copper and we're putting it over here. Let's actually putting it over here so we can siphon our resources over that way, over yonder. I only remember the Chaos Gods, Nargo, Korin, Zinch, and Slanesh, and that a psychic can be put into the warp if they use their mind powers too much, which is true. See, you can get right back into it. You're right there. Oh my gosh, I hate that these are the way that they are. These stupid conveyor belt lifts, when you want to put them through a hole, they'll only show you the side that ejects. And I'd rather have it be the side that, the input, rather than the output side. Chaos Gods are fun. I accidentally fell down a rabbit hole. Getting a phone call by an unrecognized number. Useless. Just fell down a rabbit hole about Slanesh a while back. Interesting. Where did that rabbit hole take you? About her and the Drukari? Yeah, I figured that the Nakamura art was not gonna be your art style, Fern. How do you know that anime? Because I saw it on Crunchyroll while I was browsing for anime. You ain't gonna catch me lacking, Fern. As far as you got. You should look into Zinch if you really like the Chaos Gods. Zinch has a whole bunch of pretty interesting lore. I don't know how much this is getting drained. That's cool. Okay, it's this one. Okay, good. I want to make sure that we weren't going to lose anywhere. I need to watch more lore videos later. So when you watch lore videos, how are you absorbing it? Yon was so good. I don't know that one. You've bested me. I can very easily just make this one the alclad casings. Or alclad, no, the aluminum casings. Guess I can just do this. Oh, there it is. It was inevitable. Maybe I'll start to sound less nasally. Aluminum. Aluminum. I'll take this power. Yeah. There we go. Now I can just compress these. And there we go. Aluminum casing's done. Super easy. Now, copper ingots, slightly less easy. I need to go see how much copper we're getting. Oh, you know what I have been watching recently, despite my aversion to TV shows, is the Fallout series. Hence why I asked if we wanted to play Fallout next after Ghost of Tsushima. Which I'm thinking it's probably going to be 1 to 2 more streams of that. That's Sam, which is another thing I want to work on. Lower videos you gave us made me realize I don't retain much information from them to read. The Horus Heresy is where most of that information comes from. Unless you get into like the really, really nitty gritties of it. I think this is our Caterium line. No, it's not. Do I have two coppers? Oh, I have 3 things down here, and this is a much further drop than I thought it was. There we go. 120, 120, 120. Okay. So we're going to be at 360 copper production. I can ramp that. It's shown a good. Yes, the Fallout series is quite good. It is a little bit of a slow start. But you know, it gets to where it wants to be. A lot of the characters grow on you. The main girl is very cool. And then the 2 like main side character dudes are also pretty interesting. They all have pretty unique stories and pretty unique personalities from one another. So it doesn't ever feel like when you're watching one and then it goes to a different perspective that you feel like you're like, ugh, now I have to watch this guy. It doesn't really do that. I mean, with one of them, that might be the case. But I like the character, so I don't have an issue with it. He's just a little dumb. But I like how everything entwines. It's got the pretty goofy air to it. But it keeps it pretty serious. Are they gay though? No. I don't know. It doesn't really focus on relationships or anything like that? For and must it be yaoi for you to enjoy it? I'm not watching it then? Yeah. I'm watching now. What are you watching now? Oh, that one Korean one? But I think I plan on watching Shogun and The Boys here in a moment because I've been doing a lot of Magic card deck building. uh, but I also will have to start getting back into painting. Vio, why is Death Note your favorite? I'm back. I had a mandatory call. Hello. Any different factors to nostalgia, admittedly being one. This is in regards to Death Note being the favorite anime. But it was one of the first animes I truly paid attention to. It very much shaped some of my beliefs. I moved through life. If it may be. It's my second favorite for many of the same reasons, even though they're different animes. FMAB is so good. That one's so... the only thing that I, like, have gripes with it, looking back, or, like, rewatching it, is I just don't like some of the voice acting. I think a lot of the voice acting has changed. Vic Mignogna, the VA for Edward, has just a little bit of that too much of a anime accent that has kind of sourced that stereotype. C'est la vie. I don't think I need all of my smelters. I'm gonna just start with 2. See if I need that. This is crystal. What? What? I thought this was copper. No. Oh my gosh. Is this one? Is this the copper that I'm looking for? Did not watch any anime growing up, and I'm just starting to get into it. Now's the time. There's a lot of really, really great series. A lot of wonderful stories. Ye olden days had some good ones for sure, and there was like the ones from the 80s, some of them can be classified as like genuine works of art, like Cowboy Bebop, or like how a whole bunch of the mechas were drawn. Like Gundam is a really cool political commentary. Mid 2000s, there's some. You get a lot of your stereotypes on people who watch anime before COVID from those, and they're just it got into a little bit of low period. It got into the period. But there's some good ones like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. But right now, we're in a pretty good golden era of anime. There's a lot of very good stories being told, a lot of effort into animation and voice acting. Gosh, the voice acting has improved so much. Why are you angled? What? What's going on here? You're not angled over here. What is going on? There we go. Now I just have to flush all the crystal out. Currently watch Apothecary Diaries. That's a good one. The story's pretty nice. A lot of the characters are well written. I'm not a big fan of Jin Shi. And it definitely takes place during a time period of not the greatest people of all time. Oh, this is running too slow. There we go. Gotta flush all the crystal out. I think I watched my first anime when I was 14. And I was Gurren Lagann. Yeah, it was Gurren Lagann. And Full Metal Alchemist was around the same area. Neon Genesis. Just a little bit later. I think I watched that in 2019. Black Butler, or on High School Host Club. What else? Akame Got Killed. That's the one I told Ash to watch, and it scarred him, I guess. There's a bunch of the typical, like, battle ones that were nice. Oh wait, no, that's not what I want. You're senior in anime watching. I'm afraid the time that I was 14 occurred before the time that you were 12. I'm afraid the time between me being 14 and the time to now is greater than the time between your now and your 12. We are not the same age, I fear. I think I watched Orange High School Host Club. It was fine. In the moment, it was fine. I think it's definitely aged since then. What? There we go. Ah! There we go. To give us an update on what's going on in here, we're still working on copper. We're still working on making these outclad sheets. Oh, which I just realized I don't need to do much else for this now. Aluminium. 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 Heyo, heyo, hip. Hello. How are you? How are you? Oh, I just realized I can... Let's do this. Kappa, kappa, kappa. Like a waka, waka, waka. Alright, let's see. Each of you produce 30, right? Yeah, 30. You. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna be producing a lot. A lot. I'm gonna need 12 assemblies. Oh, okay. Um. Okay. Those host 3 each. I need a 4th one. Okay, so our problem right now is that it takes a lot less aluminum ingots uh, to make alclad sheets. Now here's the aluminum IU. This machinery is all to create aluminum. Bear in mind, everything you see here, that's the start of the ore. This is the actual ingot. All of this, 4 copper is the equivalent to this. Ore comes in, ingot comes out. While for aluminum, ore comes in, gets mixed with water, aluminum solution gets put out, aluminum solution gets mixed with coal, coal gets gets washed around in there, water gets put out, aluminum comes out, aluminum scrap comes out, aluminum scrap then has to be turned into the ingot. So the aluminum sucks. But it's fine. We're better now. If I put a splitter right here and a splitter right here, what I can do is split this line into 4 pretty easily. There we go. So let's get 2 storage containers. One for each of them. Because we're going to have 2 rows, basically, of this alclad crap. Huh? Oh, that's why. There we go. Because you only need 30 per, right? Are we? Yes. Enough science that I'm doing writing. But the role of science on human lives, radioactivity stuff. Oh, we're gonna get to radioactivity. We're gonna get to uranium production. Don't you worry. I know you were really stressed about that. We'll get to it. Okay, I think what we can do is have just these huge rows of assemblers facing this way. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 of my vehicles are deadlocked. How did that happen? That doesn't make any sense. You should be just going this way. Alright. That's fine. Still think that nuclear boss is interesting. We'll get there. We will get there. I have not seen our ability to craft nuclear plastic yet, but it's definitely coming underway. With once we get this aluminum figured out. So there's 6. And then let's stagger it a little bit. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we need to split each one of these into 6 individual lines. I'll just start with the MK1 just to make it easy. Now if I just wait for them to fill up, that's also gonna work. So right now I'm thinking about how we load bear this. It's possible. I think I can just do like a splitter right here. And then have a 3-way splitter. That's tough. Yeah, I'm running out of space. Unless we face them all the different way and then treat it like one giant line. Can you turn up the game volume a bit? Okay. How's that? Then we turn both of them this way. And I could probably just turn my storage this way. Okay. So then we can probably just have this big ol' line. Now what if I actually just... Because now that we're committing to this one line, I can just do a super big storage container and put it like right here. Nice. So now this is cleaner. So how do we split this evenly? I could technically just not whatchamacallit? Not make it load bearing. Take one line. Split it and then split it. Okay, well, okay. I have an idea. Hey! Okay, here's my idea, right? We put a splitter right in the middle here. And then we split it again. Can I connect these two? Yes, I can. And then it gets turned over here. Can I put... Yes, I can. So we'll make it the ones on the right. We'll split it again right here. Now both sides. How close? Then I have the issue of it comes through here. Okay, well this technically works, but it breaks physics. I don't like that it overlaps. And so like another option could be that we just have one line that runs down the middle here. Splits. Splits. I broke a foundation. Splits. Splits. Hope that one's right. Yeah. Splits. Splits. And I can just technically run it probably on my fastest speed down here. And then do this. This is unfortunately entirely possible. But then you see an issue comes up where it like only gets a little bit down there. So maybe we wait. Maybe we let these fill up. Because I heard something about that. Like if you just let them fill up, that's a possible solution. And if that's the case, I'll probably do that. Because I don't know of a space efficient way to split 1 into 12. Plus that looks not bad. And maybe just like there we go. Just put it right in front of the ladder each time. Because I think this will have to be the same way for everything. If this works. What if I turn it off? Does it stop taking in resources? Yes. It doesn't look bad, but it's not load bearing. Like, you see how these are getting a constant supply, but then those are getting shrimped out. So those are not going to get the resources they need fast enough. Oh, then there's a whole other problem of the fact that this is going to jut out of the wall. Unless I extend it again. Which I think I'll have to. Oh, now I've run out. Or have I? No, I have. What's up with you? But now these are full. But then the same issue is going to happen for our sheets. But I can probably split those better. Like if I do something like this, like we did previously. For the aluminum scraps. Now these are 4 load bearing. Well, this reduces our 12 load bearing into a 4 load bearing. Huh? There we go. See, but now we have an issue. Goodness. Of these. Now, what if I put a splitter right here? Is that something I can do? Because if I could just hover like a splitter right here and split into off of these two, that'd be great. Can I put something temporarily there? I can't you because it just floats in the air. Also, hi alpaca. Like I can't just easily place something right there. I could. What is this? But I wouldn't even know if it could connect or not. Could make a lane and then put a splitter in the middle to trick it. I can't connect them here. Because this is an an input line, and this is an input line, it won't let you connect two inputs together. Such as the curse of conveyors are not fluid. And while I could technically do this, this then merges it into the same spot. And that's not possible. So now we have a new issue here. Ooh, I have an idea. So this is all, you know, threes and all that. Now, if I sacrifice a little bit, I can do something like this and just have it on twos rather than threes. And so I can put something right here. And then maybe I can combine it another way. Give it some verticality. Put it up this way, and then have a splitter focus this way. So that way its input is over here. And so if I put a splitter right here, and then I can run a line across that way, but then that makes it a little off. I mean, I could theoretically just continue this upwards. No, I can't. Can I? I can do something funky. What I do know is that our previous plan won't work. It'd be so funny if we think about this all day long and then the copper doesn't work out. Oh, I've done goofed something. Jet! Wait, no, wrong way. There we go. So I know I'm late for the 12 splitter, but couldn't you split it and then have one lane for the first 6 and another go at the start of the other 6? Or would the long lane still have the problem of not putting it fast enough, aka the material would go to the short lane instead? I'm so sorry, I do not understand. Are you talking about like the copper lane or the aluminum lane? I have an idea. The bottom and the first one did. Oh, yeah, probably. Because we could technically replicate exactly what we did here for the copper, but then it would still probably just have that issue of having to fill up everything. And it's a lot harder to make everything fill up on two sides of things without letting it on, or like letting it go. Because in order for the machine to fill up, it has to be turned on. And so the only reason the copper could fill up is because it didn't have the aluminum to start crafting. But I think I figured it out. It just requires a lot of verticality. Alright. You ready for this? Ready for this ugly, stupid thing? Oh my gosh, I hate it. I hate it so much, but it works. So it comes through here, right? It splits 50-50. And then it splits 30-30, 30. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then on each one of these threes, it splits another 50-50. So this is technically perfect, but it's so ugly. And I don't want to have a spaghetti. I mean, it's not spaghetti. It's technically legit. It works, but I hate it so much. I kind of want to just do the copper thing and just weep later on about it. All right, friends. Do we do the copper or do we do this ugly and efficient one? Why aren't you producing? You're dry. Oh, because I turned the water off. Do we do the ugly method or we do it maybe... Can't we do both? No. It's one method or the other. It's make it like this ugly mass that we have right now that's technically efficient, or we do this that's pretty and might be fine. Depending on how long we run the machine. Because here's the thing, right? It will technically eventually fill up. Because this, it'll hit its maximum stacks for making this. And then if we don't connect it to an output, we will... Pros and cons. Pros, this is efficient. Cons, it's ugly. Pros for this one, it's pretty. Cons, it might be inefficient. But if we can fill this one up, it might be fine. Once the alclad sheets are filled, and if we don't connect them to a storage unit, that'll happen much quicker, then the aluminum ingots will start to fill as well because the machine's on, but it's not taking any of the resources, so it will fill to 100 eventually. What say you, people of the shower? Shower? Shire? The ugly one. The choice pretty or efficient? Exactly. Some of the hardest choices require the strongest wills. The ugly one? I have 2 votes for the ugly. I guess we'll be ugly. It's not ugly. It's not bad. It's pretty ugly. It's a little bit higher than the other. So if we merge this, point it that way, connect these two together. And then connect all of this over here. There we go. My headset died and then I plugged it back in, but then it wanted to reconfigure itself as 2 different settings. That doesn't work like that. Everything should be working according to plan. Great. This one's perfectly efficient. I see green lights across the board. I think we are 100% a go. That's working again, which is great. And now that this is being used, proper water maintenance will be had. Which means the valve can work fine in a second. I destroyed another piece of foundation. So now, because we don't have to worry about it filling up or anything, let's go ahead and combine everything together. And I guess we'll have to actually extend our roof here. I'll make that pretty on my own time. Oh, I got any caffeine could ease the pain. Migraine? No, not the migraine. Cursed. Curse you, Bale. So unfortunate that I played Elden Ring long before I knew any of you. Would have been cool. It was 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. Got it. Oh, we're gonna have to go get more steel beams. Yep. I got coffee candy. Does coffee candy have caffeine? You could eat while watching. It's a perfect time. Ugh. See, I ate while streaming. You can do this. I believe in you. Ratatouille makes me laugh. What? Will be suspicious mission to accomplish. Huh? I wonder if we should work on our SAM production. Or when we should do that. I would probably honestly do it like now. As we wait for the milestones and crap to go through. Or our unlocking of the tiers. Because I think SAM is pretty easy to manufacture. The only issue was like originally needed steel beams, but we have a recipe that allows us just to use iron. And I just want to know what it will do. What sucks right now is everything we're doing is not even half of our possible aluminum production. 6 hours straight? I believe in you. You do what you must. Just put on like a couple movies, you can paint for an eternity, man. Or a TV show? Absolutely. I just realized my chat's working. It wasn't working in my my cathedral. There we are. We're so close to finishing. I could technically take a bunch of the casings now and just start doing it, but then that's... I can't just abandon my outclad sheets. I was freaking one off. What the freak? There we go. Alright. Now we can have our... We'll do 2 industrial storages just cause. There we go. Look at those outclad sheets. Look at that absolute production. All of this for those damn sheets. Gorgeous. Why aren't you producing? Too much water now. Alright, so we filled it up too much. Now we turn the valve back down to 240. Actually, we'll do 200 just to drain the system a little bit. We'll sit. We'll ponder. Actually, what I could do is I could just bring this to 240 and then flush the tank. Now, I'll actually increase this a little bit so we can get some excess water going. Just so we have this constant cycle. Because most of the water is gone, but I want a little bit of a... There you go. So you're consuming some of that water. But you know, I want this tank to be around like half. And then hit it to 240 so there's that consistent flow. And then once we double this, this is just going to have to be on complete. Because the amount of water that we're extracting right now is perfect equilibrium. You need to be increasing. I never noticed that this piece moves too. I do love me all the moving pieces on these machineries. Makes it feel alive. They've deadlocked again. It's the same ones. Oh, wrong one. I keep forgetting that my garage is on the basement. And they're all deadlocked because this one is just like stopping for some reason. Brother. Why are you frozen? As soon as I get into one, y'all start crashing. What the fuck? Drop your shit off and carry out your day. Maybe it's because it backs up so much. Maybe I need to like back it up into here and then zoom out that way. I'll do it next time there's a deadlock. There we go. Okay, that's enough. So now let's reduce this to 240 for just regular old equilibrium. Yep. Great. Everything's working now. So let's take a whole bunch of these casings. I take a whole bunch of these sheets. Take them to the milestone. As proof that we have started. Ew. And I might end it here. And then just come back with a surprise stream soon. Because I now have things to take care of because I overslept. And then we'll come back and finish the SAM and all that garbage. Migraine gone, let's go. Alright, let's see. The hover pack's cool. We don't really need it right now. Also, that's a lot of garbage. Control system development. Looks like the garbage that we need to work on. Oh, and I think that's one of the things we need to make, right? Yes, it is. How do we make acid? Okay, we'll do this. We need more plastic and we need computers. Oh, more casings? Okay, oh, I have them. I just didn't take them for some reason. Plastics on this floor. I can never get the right momentum, man. Alright. And now computer. We're finally making progress, everyone. It's been so long. It's been at least like 4 streams since we've unlocked anything major. Because I had that one stream. Well, we had last stream, which was making aluminum. We had the exploration stream. We had the road building stream. And we had the aluminum, like the bauxite finding stream and like the detonation. We've been doing a whole bunch of nothing. For the vertical lines, to make it slightly more pleasing to the line, maybe you can make the sides parallel instead of what you have right now. I tried, but like they were just too close to each other. And so they weren't able to like mesh well. They were gonna collide on themselves. Oh. Uh-oh. My What do you want from me? My headset is in a constant state of disconnecting and reconnecting. So it seems. There was just not a lot of space. They were all like passing in each other's lanes. we go. You just found a book you lost years ago. Let's go.
Milestone reached. Several parts more efficient and powerful than the human brain can now be made to compensate for many deficiencies otherwise
It's a
encountered in
blender.
future development efforts. The
Oh.
blender enables you to mix and or combine parts and fluids for more complex recipes. Most importantly, project part number 6, the assembly director system, should be produced and delivered to the space elevator as soon as possible.
So the blender is like an assembler, but for liquids and solids. Or it's like a manufacturer where half the inputs are liquid. Which is concerning. Because now I'm going to have to add more solids and liquids together. How many computers do you make? 2.5? How many do you consume? 2. Oh, we're about to hit our maximum on these. What else did we just get? I'm sure it'll tell me if I actually just look at it. It's in the garage next to some old ass art projects. Ah, there you go. Found at last. Blender. All these new things I can make. So let's go and look at the blender recipes so we can think about it ahead of time. We know where some sulfur's at. And I'm actually working on building a road to bring it here anyway. But I also want to smash it with coal and get compacted coal for turbo fuel. But maybe that's something that we'll just do over at Oily Town City because there's more coal and sulfur over here. And so we can just smash that all together. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I unlocked a radar tower. That's what these are. And they have a huge radius. And they tell you where all the resource nodes are in. Oh, there's our truck. And so I put one at Oily Town City, Lower Oily headquarters, and Bambulium streams. And they just carve out these little sections that tell you where everything is. Very helpful. There's a lot more Sam than I thought there was. Because there's Sam, 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 Sam. Sam. Sam, Sam. It's just a lot. Oh, and Sam right here. This is a garbage ton of Sam that we just didn't know about and we took forever to find. I guess just because it's in all of the areas that are like really out of reach, like on the top of this pillar. Yeah, the radar is very cool. It also, if you, I'm gonna interact with the radar to show you. It shows you like all of like the like objects that you can find in the area too, like hard drives and power slugs and stuff like that. It's very cool. You're in the middle of the road, man. Who programmed this? So yeah, it has this area, and it'll tell you that there's 116 slugs, 31 Mercer spheres, 11 summer sweeps, and 8 hard drives. And this is all of the fauna you can find in there and the flora. It's very cool. Alright, aluminum casings. Those are a lot bigger than I thought they would be. Let's build a blender, see what the blender can do. First of all, enormous. Oh, interesting. Oh, so 2 solid inputs, 2 fluid inputs, but only 1 solid, 1 fluid output. Gosh, fucking damn it. The only thing it does is a battery right now? Which takes sulfuric acid, alumina solution, and aluminum casings. Outputs water and batteries. Okay. How do you make, I'm assuming sulfuric acid is going to be in here. Here it is. Sulfur plus water. Easy. Okay. Not that big of a deal. What's a battery for? Is it a manufacturer kind of a thing? Supercomputer. Which doesn't require anything from the new area, but okay. This is something that we can probably do ahead of time, because I'm sure we're going to need these supercomputers. That's going to be a pain in the ass. This radio control unit also needs computers, so we need 10 computers. Right now. We already have crystal oscillators. I already have that going. I don't know how many of them. I think it's honestly 1 per minute, which sucks. So we're going to do more of those. But the aluminum casing, sure. That's fine. I'm not seeing... Is it only an assembler kind of a thing? Oh, there it is. Supercomputer plus adaptive control unit. Shit. And the adaptive control unit already uses 2. How do I make him computer again? Plastic cable circuit boards? Okay. Gosh, freaking dang it. It's not that bad. Hey, Daisy. We can also do this. Quick wire with rubber. I mean, I have a bunch of quick wire. I don't really care which one I use. But how many does it make? It makes 3.75. So it makes a little bit more. Same amount of circuit boards. Uses less oil though, because this is 40 plastic. Okay. Huh. Very interesting. Alright. I guess we'll have to deal with this another time. This is gonna take a while. More alumina. Good thing we have a pretty good... I think probably what we'll do is just, like, double what we have going on here for aluminum production. And then whatever we have left over can be just making alumina solution. Or, you know, maybe this is all that we will need. We'll get there when we get there. Maybe our eyes are too small set on this, so. Alright, my friends, that is all. I'm gonna have to fix this problem. That's all for today, everybody. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. Let me get this screenshot real quick. There we go. Thanks for coming, everybody. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.